This is CG Ruthless Sports. I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
What is up, everybody? CG is back in the building. Sponsored by Firestone Walker 805. Get a refreshing beer. All right, guys, let's talk some football. Let's talk some picks before I get to the NFC West Network later on. But hey, 5 people in the building. Let's say what's up to them. What is up, man? CG, this show is rated PG, clean. Or no, there goes that guy. Micro Mike. Ah, man, dude, I drink a beer because I love it. I get it, man. I love the channel how I do it, man, but it is fun. Micro Mike is cool. Everybody's cool. That beers, yep. Free beers. My brother gave me it, so I got like at least 10 supplies or 10 bottles, so I'm good. But hey, we're getting on to that this week. Week 5 pickups. How do you feel today? I feel great. I feel so great that we beat the Rams, and it was a great week. Can't complain about it, and it feels great. Oh, man. Okay, so let's get on to this game. Shout out to Grandizer, a great supporter of the channel, a Dolphins fan. Looking forward to the coming weeks when we play Miami pretty soon. Hopefully Tua gets better. But we got Thursday night football for this game. So you got the Indianapolis Colts playing the Denver Broncos. Yeah. Playing the Denver Broncos, and yeah, sure does. Yeah, what's up, Saijin? What's up, man? But let's discuss the matchup. So the Denver Broncos, they're going to play the Indianapolis Colts on a Thursday night football. I believe it's in Mile High. They're going to play at home or something. Let me look up the schedule. So the Colts and Broncos, they're going to play. And it's a really interesting matchup. It's kind of like the evilly are matchup. You know, they're very evilly matchup. As far as like that, so it looks like it's a Mile High. So when you look at the Broncos, their offense is not as good. Their defense is outstanding. Their defense is very outstanding, but their offense, man, they just lost their key running back for the season, Javonte Williams. That's a huge blow. Now they're going to expect Melvin Gordon to take a lot of the loads. So yeah, that's cool, man. Good to know, brother. Yeah, horseplay. Yep, it's a horseplay. But when you look at the matchup, well, the Colts are not going to have Jonathan Taylor playing. He's going to be out for this game. So, Matt Ryan, I think Matt Ryan at this point is giving the Colts a better chance to win this game, but it's on the road. Indianapolis Colts is kind of iffy. They play some good games, and then they look like shit. So then when you look at the Denver Broncos, what do the Broncos have that the Colts don't got? They don't got a defense, if I'm being realistic. Oh, rest in peace, Loretta Lynn. It's going to be a really tough one. So Denver, if they can just get this offense flowing, okay, so they lost to the Raiders, but they got over 20-plus points. If they can get over that 20-plus points in this game, It's very winnable. On a short week, they should be able to beat the Colts, but realistically, this is a tough one. I haven't seen much to convince me about the Broncos. I'm not doubting the Denver Broncos. I just don't seem impressed. Like Russell Wilson, you're not the same quarterback. I don't know what I'm getting myself into with picking the Broncos every other week. It seems like anytime I pick Denver, they disappoint me. I pick Colts, they disappoint me. It's like neither one gives me excitement if I'm being realistic about it. But for this game, I just don't see the Denver Broncos as impressive as everybody makes it sound like. So I am going to choose the Indianapolis Colts because I just don't seem impressed with the Broncos. Broncos don't seem to make anything that wows me a little bit. They don't wow me as much. They don't. So this is why I got the Colts winning this game. Even without Jonathan Taylor, they're still a good football team. I think they'll start to find their identity when they throw the pass to Himes, the receiving back. I think he's going to be a productive player for this game. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. But I just think that the Colts are more trustworthy than the Broncos, if I'm being realistic about it. But I digress. This is why I believe the Colts are going to win on a short week. So, yeah. So, I do got the Indianapolis Colts winning this game. So, you can mark that one up. Now, we got another game coming up. And we got the New York Giants versus the Green Bay Packers. This one seems kind of interesting. Is there going to be any upsets? Yeah. Yep, they lost the running back for the entire season, Grant Dizer. Yeah, he tore his ACL and torn his LCL, or whatever it was. So he had 2 torns of his ligaments. So that's not good. That's what's concerning. And I think the Colts are going to capitalize. They're going to capitalize on those turnovers from Melvin Gordon. He can't hold on the ball. What's going on with that guy? But I digress. Yep. Crumpets. All right, so the Giants versus the Packers. Okay, so this must be one of those games in London, right? If I'm mistaken. But, man, it's one of those strange games. But who do I trust more? The Giants? Even though they were showing some poise like the first couple of games, ever since they played the Cowboys, they just haven't looked as impressive. The Packers, I already know what I'm getting with Green Bay. If I had to play a safe bet, man, I can't stand the Packers, but realistically, I don't see much of the Giants that wows me as much, you know? So, the New York Giants, they're just not that team. They're not gonna scare people. So, I'm definitely going with the Green Bay Packers. This is a game that Aaron Rodgers will have a win over that. Yeah. How? Yep. That's right, man. That's right. Yes, sir. But that's the score I pick right there. No offense to the Giants, but I just don't know, bro. I don't seem impressed with the Giants. Like, okay, you got a new head coach. Your offense is looking different, but it still hasn't improved much as a team and unit, bro. I just don't seem impressed. Like, if I'm impressed with the Giants, then I would be, but I don't. Yeah, okay. That's understandable. It's just I'm going by the safe bet, so I just don't know about the New York Giants, you know? Doesn't mean I could be correct about it. Any given week, anything's possible. It's just these weeks are kind of like not convincing for me. So I just think that the Giants, they're still a young team. The Packers, they're going to find their groove, and what a better way to find your groove than to play against a team like the Giants that are up-and-coming team, still a competitive squad. They can still compete down the road. But this may sound a bit crazy to go there. But I just think the Packers are too good of a team. I think the Patriots game was a fluke. Like, I think they were sleeping on them. I think this is a perfect game for Rodgers to play his best game going forward. Yeah, Packers for sure. Yep. That's what I'm saying. The Packers, definitely a no-brainer, but that's my score. The Giants 14, the Packers 27. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. As far as all that, man, we just have to look at how the matchups favor us, bro. I mean, you never know. You just never know. But it's been a crazy week, I must say. It's been a crazy week, I say. Okay, let's put that. All right. We got the Lions versus the Patriots. So the Lions versus the Patriots. All right, so let's analyze the matchup and see why I feel differently about it. Well, the Patriots don't have their starting quarterback. And the third string quarterback looked outstanding. He looked okay. But can they keep it going? Belichick knows how to expose a weaker part of the defense. He knows how to take away the best player out. So it depends on who the Lions get. So it really depends on who they have in the lineup. Realistically, the Lions seem to give you those up and down type of games. But is this the game where the Lions actually win this game? Possibly, maybe. But this may sound like a surprise. This might sound like one of those games, but you're going to always get one of those trap games. So I think this is a trap game for the Patriots. This may sound crazy, but I am going with the Detroit Lions for whatever reason. I like what I see out of the Detroit Lions. Even though they lost to Seattle, they played outstanding football. They played really good football. Like, even though they should have beat Seattle, it's kind of convincing that they do got an offense. So I can imagine this is the game I can see as an upset. If the Lions were to put on the Niners, the Niners would be a huge favorite to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, but Kitty goes meow. You think the Patriots are going to win? I'm just going to go with the maybe upset. So I just think maybe Detroit's going to play a little bit better. But I digress. Maybe the Patriots do win, but I could be wrong about it. But let's go on to the next matchup after I finish looking at the matchups. Oh, yeah. Steelers and the Bills will be up there pretty soon. That's why I'm trying to add more into the matchups. Don't sweat it. I'll be up to speed. Okay. So we got the Chargers versus the Cleveland Browns. Ah, man. Is this even a question? Yeah, that's for sure. Bro, Lions put up... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Lions are going to win. That's what I was saying. This is what I said. Carcast, I said the Lions are going to win for sure. I think favorable. They're favorable in that matchup. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, restore the roar. So we'll look at the matchup. Okay, so Chargers... Man, Cleveland's kind of like an okay football team, but Chargers, if they can play exactly how they played against the Texans, I am going to take the Chargers on this game. So I think the Chargers will be too much for the Browns, but the Browns are who they are. I just don't know what team we're getting. So, yeah, I'm just going to pick the obvious choice. I'm just going to go with the Chargers. So, Chargers should be able to have an explosive offense. The Chargers defense should be able to hold on to that Cleveland Browns offense. I know their best weapon is their running game because Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are like their best running back duo together. And their receiving core, Amari Cooper, is okay, but he's not consistent like everybody makes it sound like. But that's just my opinion. But we'll see about it. It's just one of those games. You don't know. So, that's my final score prediction that I got the Chargers winning this game. And we should go on. But I just think the Chargers have a lot to play for. This division is wide open for second place. Because you look at the Chiefs, they're still going to win that division. But there's always an open spot to be second place and make the wild card. So I think the Chargers are destined to have a breakout season to where they make the playoffs this year. I'm not convinced with the Raiders. I'm not convinced with the Broncos. Like I said, I'm not as impressed with the Denver Broncos as much as I was impressed with other teams. I mean, I feel like the Dolphins are more of an impressive football team than the Broncos at this point. So that's my opinion of how I feel about it. And I think that's what makes the difference is that division in the AFC West is nothing but hype. It's very overrated. Like you're probably going to have 2 playoff teams in that division, and you never know. And it's just any given week. But I just think the Chargers are too good to not mess up this game. So we're going to go on to the next game pretty soon. Yes. Look at the comment. Yeah, struck dog bark exceptionally loud. Brissett plays just enough to not mess up. Yeah, he's a game manager, but the Chargers are too damn good not to screw up, man. It's just hard to choose against the Chargers when sometimes you may choose against them and they prove you wrong at times. So that's my only reason why I would only pick the Chargers on this type of game. Like, there's just a side of me that may say something, but I'm keeping it like non-biased on this situation. But so for the Jaguars and Texans, this is going to be a competitive game because division games, they're always playing like close and strange. But the Texans have been own the Jaguars for quite a while, so they've been on a winning streak against the Jaguars. The Texans are who they are. They're still a rebuilding team, but the Jaguars are an up-and-coming team that's on the rise, and they're definitely a team who can maybe make the wild card. They look impressive. It's hard for me to choose against the Jaguars, even though they lost to the Eagles, who, to me, is like a top team in the NFC right now. So for the Houston Texans, it's like, okay, you guys are young. There's a promising future, but I don't see it with Houston at this point. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville, even though it's possible that they can lose to the Texans. But I'm going to go with the Jaguars because I just think they're going to play for something better this year. I think they're going to be a good football team this year. They're going to be a team that might make the playoffs as a wild card team or maybe win the division because the division's very wide open. And I just think the Jaguars this year are a really good football team. Like, you look at Trevor Lawrence, he's kind of like elevating this team. Like, in year 2, he's looking like a really good quarterback. And you look at the way he's playing the game, he's not making too many dumb mistakes. He's taking his time on the pocket for a little bit. This offense is showing promising. They beat some pretty good teams. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm thinking. I just think Jaguars are a team that's on the rise. That's what we would hope for, but yeah. Jags are like a team that you might want to not sleep on. Like, yes, the Eagles beat them, but the Jags look like they can compete, man. So give me Jacksonville. So Jacksonville's going to win 13-24. So I think this is going to be a pretty weird game, if I'm being honest with y'all. But it's one of those games that you just don't expect. You know what I mean? It's just, division games are strange. They're always a strange game. You never know how they play until you see them play their division foes because division games, they're always the strangest part. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Texans beat them, but I doubt this could happen. But it's a division game and it happens to any division team. Look at the Rams. They are the team in the NFC West, but they can't beat us. So that's what I'm saying. So we look at the next game and yeah, beer break. Yes. Cheers. Cheers, Grandizer. It's a beer break. Yes, sir. Let's take a time. Yes, sir. Beer break for right now, man, but I'll give you a cheers, man. Give me about a couple minutes, and I'll go into the next pick 'em, but I'll take my time. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Yep. Cheers. Salute. Ram power, like they say. Oh, salute. Cheers. Okay, we'll see what happens, Adam, but I gotta look at the picks. All right, we're back on the pick'ems. All right. So the Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa does not look the same as a football team. Like their offense is not the same. It's kind of showing signs of Brady slowing down. I don't know if their defense is capable of stepping up. But the Atlanta Falcons, they've kind of been playing spoilers. They've been playing inspiring football. They've been playing very close games. So the Falcons and Bucks, they play some good division games at each other. So they do give a good game at one another. So it's one of those strange games when you look at the Falcons and Bucks. Like when you look at this game, it's definitely yeah, I think they're gonna play in Miami because the storm, whatever you were talking about, the hurricane, they're gonna probably play it at Miami or something. So that's probably the possibility of what's gonna happen because it's in South Florida where they're probably gonna play it at the Dolphin Stadium, maybe. So we'll see about that part. But this is kind of a strange season. But you never want to pick against Tom Brady Tom Brady at this point. But has the Bucks proved anything at all? I mean, the Bucks are still a good football team. They're probably still going to be in the mix for their division, but the Falcons, they never give up. The Falcons are like those cockroaches that even if you try to stomp on them, they're still in the game. Ask the Rams. The Rams almost pulled the Atlanta Falcons. So I feel like this is a game that kind of seems strange, and it's possible that it could be an upset, or it's possible that the Bucks could either just win this game with a dominant fashion. But if I had to play it safe, I am going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I just think the Bucks have something to play for. It's a must-win for them because this division is pretty much in their hands, and they have to win this game. Or else they'll be in the deep hole. And this would be pretty much a push for the playoffs or maybe be a wild card team, but they have to win this game. So that's my honest opinion. Yeah. How many flags will we get for putting a pinky on Tom Brady is my concern. Yeah. Yep. That's my last name. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Guess I forget that my name's right here. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next game. We got... Ooh. You know what? Grandizer, I got your favorite game of the week. It's no, wait, not yet. No, it's not there yet. Nope. Oh, yeah. We got the Tennessee Titans versus the Commanders. And it's kind of like, Tennessee's having a slump year. They're trying to find that identity. The Commanders, they're very inconsistent, but Carson Wentz has been showing that he can be a capable starter. And Ryan Tannehill, he's proven to be a really good quarterback when he's in a better situation. But what's going on with Tennessee? It's just kind of iffy. I'm not fully convinced with the Commanders as far as their defensive unit. They don't seem to play as good as they were 2 years ago. It's like this defense has fallen off. Their offense isn't quite as good as they used to be. So, who do I trust? Is that the game that we're all looking at? Because that is the game that we're seeing. And for whatever reason, I just don't see no hope for the Washington Commanders. Like, I don't know. Commanders just don't seem impressive. They don't seem like a team that kind of wows me a bit. So I don't know what to say. Like, they're just not the team. Like, I just got to go with the Tennessee Titans on this game. Like, Tennessee just seem like they have slow starts. I've seen Tennessee have slow starts, and they always tend to play. Oh, yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. It could be one of those teams, but yeah. Titans command a new name. That's a good one, man. That's a good one, but I don't know. I think Tennessee's going to run the ball effectively good. They're going to be able to create enough turnovers. Carson Wentz going to throw multiple picks. He's going to get sacked maybe 4 to 5 times against that Titans defense. I think the Tennessee's going to be able to run the ball with Derrick Henry. The receivers, Robert Woods is going to have a pretty good game. So I digress on this one. So that's just my thoughts of that game. So I definitely do have the Tennessee Titans winning this game by 2 touchdowns. So you can book that. And let's go on to Grandizer's favorite game of the week. Grandizer likes this game. Grandizer definitely likes this game of the week. This is the matchup that we all want to see. But the Dolphins are playing without Tua, so he's ruled out for this game. But from watching Teddy Bridgewater, he kind of seems like he can just step in and play pretty well. For the Jets, I don't know. The Jets are kind of a young team, still going through growing pains. They're a struggle football team. I feel bad for Robert Saleh. He's going to be out of a job by next year or two. I just don't think Saleh's going to stick around with the Jets for too long. So, like when I say I'm not sure about the Jets, they're like a very inconsistent football team. They're still young. But the Dolphins, even without Tua, they're going to win with Teddy Bridgewater. So, give me the Miami Dolphins for this game. And the New York Jets for this game. I am going to choose the obvious choice. The Dolphins are a better football team. The Dolphins are a hungry football team. Offensively, they're still, even without Tua, Teddy Bridgewater gave the Dolphins a really good competitive game. Their offense was still moving. So, I don't think they're going to miss a beat even without Tua. So, they're still going to be a good football team. So, give me the Miami Dolphins for that matchup, personally. Like, I just think Dolphins are too good of a football team, and they got a very capable starter. So, Teddy Dogwater. Hey, what's up, Coach T. Bates, bro? How you feel about that victory, bro? We just dominate the Rams, huh? It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Miami Dolphins are just going to win this game. It's unfortunately, like, I don't know, bro. I feel bad for Saleh. Saleh, he's going to be out of a job in a couple of years. Like, I don't think he's going to have a job for too long with the Jets. He'll probably go back as a DC. Yeah, what's up, Seahawks Eddie? Yep. I just think Dolphins are going to dominate this team. Yep. Like, he can go back as DC next year. Yep. He all comes all the peeps. Yep. Man, we got a lot of good people in the building. 11 people. Definitely appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate the support. For your boy, CJ, in the building. But, hey, let's go on for more of these pick'ems. I'm going to take my time. Let me get a little beer break. And then we'll go back to these games, guys. Don't sweat it. We got it. I got to take my sweet time. Make it worth your guys' while. make it worth your while, if you know what I mean. What's up, Super Tide World? What's up, man? We got a bunch of people in the building. I appreciate everybody jumping on in. Oh, yeah. The Dolphins they're a good football team. Like, even without Tua, they were playing pretty good football with Teddy Bridgewater. So, hey, it wouldn't surprise me if Teddy Bridgewater eventually takes over and takes the Dolphins to the playoffs. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, what if Teddy Bridgewater plays good football? And would you want to go with the guy that's coming off an injury, or would you go with the hot hand? That'd be a good problem to have, if I'm being honest, yeah. Beer break, cheers. Yeah, we told Jake, and you almost called that Samson. He's closed that game. Yep, I say Samson Ebicom was going to have a game because he felt like that the Rams should have kept him. Like, the Rams should have paid him. Like, he's on a contract year, dude. So, if he's on a contract year, he wants to prove to the Niners that, hey, I'm going to be a free agent. I'm going to bust my ass, and I'm going to play for a big contract. So watch me this season, and I'm going to prove it to you, Frisco. Hey, I think he's already going to have a breakout year. So that's what I said. This guy's definitely – he's on a contract year, so he's going to demand some top dollars. So hopefully we figure out some way to keep him. I like Ebicom. Especially if you have Drake Jackson in rotation and all that, it's viable. But I can understand the business perspective, yeah. Looking forward to that roundtable tonight? Yes, sir. That's going to be popping for sure. Yep, it's going to be popping. The next game, we'll get to it, man. We'll get to it. Yes, sir. Butterfly. Yep, butterfly. Butterfly. Butterfly in the building. How they doing? All right. This one's kind of like Pittsburgh. Their offense is trash. They don't have much consistency. They're more of a running team. Their receiving core is still young, very inconsistent. The quarterback position is not settled, so they're gonna have some ups and downs. But I would still go. If I'm honestly in the situation with Steelers, I let Kenny Pickett play the rest of the season. Let the kid learn. Let the kid have experience. Let him be the full-time starter for this point. Don't go back with Mitch Trubisky because that's going to pretty much hold back this kid's confidence. Let Pickett be the starter. And if you do, you're going to see some upsets. But at this point, I don't see it happening. So I am going to pick the Bills on this game, which is pretty obvious. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are going to dominate the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what I said, man. It's just, am I off today? No, I'm not off until midnight. So yeah, I work like later tonight, but that's on the next morning. So yeah. So I just think that the Steelers are going to have some troubles at quarterback. Their offense is going to be out of sync. They're going to have to rely more on their running game. They're going to have to rely on Harris to be that guy. They're going to have to expect some growing pains if they're going to go with Pickett. I don't even know if Trubisky's going to play or not because I don't know much of what's going to happen, but either way, they are going to lose. So I don't see no sense of hope for them. So sorry for those Steeler fans. You know, I respect your guys' fanhood, but man, I just don't know if I should pick you guys. It's a young football team. They got potential. Man, this is an interesting one. Division games, and it comes down to any games down there. So the Chicago Bears are a very young football team. Their defense is young. They got a foundation, but it's still a struggling football team. The Vikings, they can compete for that NFC North, but I think Green Bay is going to get it together. But for whatever reason, this is just going to be hard for me to choose. But I am going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I just think that the Vikings are going to dominate the Bears. The Bears ain't going to have much of an offense because that Vikings defense is ferocious. They are going to make plays. They're going to tackle. They're going to make Justin Fields throw the ball, and he's going to throw interceptions. And the Vikings are just going to ride this game with a W. Kirk Cousins will just have a solid performance. This running game will do a pretty good job because Dalvin Cook is going to cook that Bears defense. So that's why I got the Minnesota Vikings winning this game. It's not even a question. Yep. What's up, everybody? What's up, SF Niner Sports Nation? What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Yep. That's why I think the Vikings are too good at this point. So I could be wrong, but it's one of those games where I just don't trust them. So that's just my opinion. So don't take offense if you're Bears fans. I mean, I don't hold nothing against you guys. You guys were a better team, but I just don't think you guys can beat Minnesota. That's just my honest opinion. And hopefully you take it in a perspective way. I know a lot of you guys are enjoying your victory over us, but it was just one of those games. So we'll go from there. All right. Now we got an interesting game. So Seahawks versus the New Orleans Saints. This one's a tough one, but the Saints are kind of like iffy, but I kind of see this as an interesting game. Can we see another shootout game, or do we see the Saints win this game? Yeah. Do we see this game come down to it? Man, it's like, the Saints are a good football team. I think they'll be able to match up well with Seattle, but I think it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be a competitive game. So this might sound weird, but I am going to go with New Orleans on this game. But it's going to be a pretty interesting game. So I'm going to give it to the Saints on this game. I think New Orleans is too good of a football team. Seattle's a young team. It's nothing personal with Seattle. They're a young football team. I just think the Saints are a better football team. They're going to find their sense of urgency, so they're going to be good this game. So that's where I take my honest opinions, and that's what I see. I see the Saints win this game. It wouldn't surprise me if Seattle pulls an upset. I just think the Saints are too good of a football team, so we'll see. No offense to the Seattle fans. I think you guys should be looking forward to like getting your top draft picks, but you guys are playing good, inspiring football, so I'll give you that. But realistically, you're not getting nowhere with your draft spots, so keep on winning and you'll mess up your draft value. So forget about it, man. Forget about it. You just need to lose, man. That's it. Keep losing and you'll be all right. But at the moment, just pick up some W's. So, those are the games we're going to look into. And we'll know from there what happens. We'll know from there and we'll go from here. Let's see. Yep, that's my final score. And we got the next game coming up. We got the 49ers versus the Carolina Panthers. We're coming into Carolina. Like Carolina. Modified. We're going to Carolina. Then other time. You know that song by Speakerbox? Or what is it? Love Below? Carolina. The Niners are going to Carolina. Yeah. All right. You sure? We'll see, man. We'll see. I just don't trust Seattle, man. You guys are just too much of a young team. Saints are a good football team, so that's going to be hard for me to choose. It's too hard. I mean, side gen, I just don't know, man. It's like Seattle, they beat the Lions. I'll give you credit, but come on, man. The Saints are a better football team, dude. Saints are a better football team. Like that one, it's just hard for me to convince, bro. Like, if you guys can beat the Cardinals or the Rams, then I'm impressed. But beating the Lions, okay, you guys won a shootout. Good. But let's go with this one, man. Let's go with the 49ers. This game, the 49ers are going to win this game in Carolina. We about to go to Carolina. We about to modify. Roses really smell like poo, 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 poo. Yeah. I don't know if you ever heard of that song. Oh, you think that's the score? Ooh. Man, you're a little too confident. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game. But I think we're going to win by this score. It could go up. Maybe I'm wrong, but you never know. I think it's one of those games, man. It's one of those games. So we'll see. I think Carolina's going to give us some problems, but we'll probably win this game. Yeah, man. Zero pity for the kitty. Meow. All right, we got this game out the way. Let's see, man. We got an interesting game. The Birds versus the Birds. So we got the undefeated Eagles coming into the desert against the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. Yeah, I'm confident too, bro. Yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty interesting. All right. Okay, so the Eagles are still undefeated. The Eagles are still getting tested. The Cardinals, I don't know what football team I'm getting from the Arizona Cardinals. But, man, why is it so hard to pick one? Are the Cardinals going to play good football or they're going to play like crap? Because I don't know. I think this is the game where maybe the Cardinals just don't seem to want to play. So I think the Eagles are going to come into this game and whip them. Cardinals play better on the road. Unfortunately, their two games were on the road. They won in Carolina. So the Philadelphia Eagles are just going to beat the Arizona Cardinals, and that's that. Leave it at that. That's the game. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to win this game. The Eagles are just good of a football team. The Cardinals, I don't know which team we're getting, so I'm not convinced with Arizona. It's not biased. It's realistically, I'm looking at it, yeah. Okay, we'll see about that, man. We'll see. I'm not really convinced with them, but we'll see about this one. The next game, this one's interesting. This one's very interesting game. The Cowboys are coming into the Rams Stadium, and they're going to play with Cooper Rush, not Cooper Kupp, Cooper Rush. The Battle of the Coopers. The Battle of the Coopers. Which Cooper's going to win? We'll find out. But the Cowboys, they have a great defense. The Cowboys are pretty solid on offense, just exactly like the 49ers. This is identical. This is an identical team. But the Rams are a better football team than what the Cowboys played against. So this one might be a tricky one. Are the Rams going to show up this game? We'll see. We'll see, but it's a tough one. Unfortunately, this is where I get realistic about this game. Man. I'm going to say that the Rams are going to win this game, if I'm being honest. Cowboys will score 17 points, and the Rams will play a bounce-back game, so they're going to win this game, and the Rams will win this football game. So, I got the Rams winning this game 17-24. If they had Dak Prescott at 100%, they'll definitely beat the Rams, but the Rams are just a better football team. And they're coming off a worse defeat, so they're going to want to play for something. So the Ravens and Bengals, fairly tricky. It's a tricky game. I don't know which Bengals team we're going to get. But this can come down to the wire. This could be tricky. So, I don't know if this sounds weird, but I'm going to go. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one right here. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals 24-27. That's my pick right there. It's a good. Ravens are healthy. They're a better football team, so they should be better this time. The Chiefs versus the Raiders. Should I even go on with this game? This is not even worth discussing. I can't even talk about this game. I don't even know if this is even worth watching. If I'm going to watch a Sunday night football game or a Monday night football game, I'm just probably going to turn off the damn TV. Man, I don't know. So, for this game, I am going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs in a insane game. The Chiefs are going to win. The Chiefs are going to dominate the Raiders. The Raiders don't have a defense. They don't have an answer. For anybody wanting to watch Monday Night Football, just turn off the damn TV. The Raiders ain't shit. No offense. But I just don't see this football team doing nothing. I just don't see the damn Raiders playing good football. The Chiefs have their number. The Chiefs are going to blow the brakes out of them. Yeah, you can't forget that, but that's a different year, bro. This is a different football team. Mahomes is playing at home. That's going to be tough. But this might sound crazy, but I'm going to say Kansas City is going to blow the brakes out of the Raiders. Don't even watch the game. My advice to everybody else, just don't watch the football game. I'm saving you guys a trip, Raider fans. I'm saving you a trip to your disappointment. Don't watch it if you know you're going to lose. It's better to save a trip to depress than to not. But no offense to you guys. There's just nothing impressive. No, not impressed. But maybe your guys are better off saving a trip to watching that game. So, yeah, unfortunately, I just had to pick the Chiefs on this one. The Raiders don't cover tight ends well. Travis Kelce is going to kill them with the plays. The running game's going to be a factor. Mahomes is going to throw 4 to 5 touchdowns against that Raiders secondary. The Raiders are just going to have barely any offense. Like, the Chiefs have some defensive line that can get to Derek Carr. As soon as you pressure Derek Carr, he ain't shit. Like, he's already like not even in the same rhythm as soon as you disrupt him. So this is exactly why I feel bad for the Raiders on this game. So when you look at it this way, it just doesn't have no excitement. So the Chiefs are just going to win. They're going to dominate them, and it's a wrap. The Chiefs are just going to beat the Raiders. Usually, I don't put these kind of games like this, but this one has disaster. And don't say I told you so, Raider Nation, but I just don't think you guys are going to beat the Chiefs or even play a close game. You guys are going to get blown the shit out. Like, don't even watch the entire game. 2 quarters, just turn it off. Turn it off. That's it. And I'm concerned about it, but we'll see about it. But that's my prediction. I just don't think the Raiders are good enough to beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs are a better football team. Their defense is underrated. They got weapons, and Mahomes is going to have one of the best games by far. So that's my prediction. Hit the like and subscription. Don't take offense with my score prediction. It's just one of those score predictions that I believe that it is. It doesn't mean it's true or accurate. It's just I kind of sense the way I look at it. But that's just a scoreboard I can see happening. So don't be surprised if this is a blowout, but it is what it is. But I'll catch you guys later. And as always, see you guys later and go Niners.